Hi friends, today let's discuss noun number. And when we talk about number, we have first person singular, second person singular, third person singular, first person plural, second person plural, third person plural. And when we talk about the number, we also come across the agreement of the subject with the verb, and that is very important as far as the number is concerned in grammar. Now, I have examples here. First person singular is I, second person singular is you, third person singular is he, she, it. The same way, first person plural we have we, second person plural you, third person singular they. Now, when we talk about the agreement of the subject with the verb, we have example here, I work. Second person singular, you work. Third person singular, he or she or it works. First person plural, we work. Second person plural, you work. Third person plural, they work. Now, the rule is, when the first person singular, when the subject is first person singular, the verb should also be first person singular. In the same manner, when the subject is second person singular, the verb should also be second person singular. And when the subject is third person singular, the verb should also be third person singular. For example, he or she or it works. He works, she works, it works. Now, coming to the plural side, when the subject is first person plural, we have the verb also in first person plural itself. When the subject is second person plural, the verb should also be second person plural. And when the subject is third person plural, the verb should also be third person plural. Now, when you look here, I work and you work, the forms of the verb seem to be the same. That is because of the subject here. When the subject is first person singular, the verb should also be first person singular. And the same way, when the subject is second person singular, the verb is second person singular. But when we come to the third person, there is a slight change in the form of the verb here. Work become works. So the rule is now, when we talk about verb, when s is added into the verb, it becomes singular in verb. But when we go to noun, for example, boy, and you add yes, it becomes boys and it becomes plural in noun. Whereas in verb, when we add yes to the verb, it becomes singular. When we add yes to the noun, it becomes plural. We must understand this very simple difference. When we add yes to the verb, it becomes singular. When we add yes to a noun, the noun becomes plural form. That is the only difference when we talk about the agreement of the subject with the verb. Therefore, when the subject is third person singular, the verb becomes third person singular here. Now, if you look at the second person singular and second person plural, the verb, the subject seem to be the same. So, in English grammar, the second person singular and second person plural is same. Then how do we differentiate? How do we know that it is second person singular or the second person plural? That depends on the context. That depends on the context. If I address a person standing next to me and I tell him, you do this, I am telling that singular individual person. But when I stand in front of a class and I am addressing 40 children and I say, you must do this today, I am addressing all the 40 children, which means a group of yous. So this becomes plural. Is it not very simple? So this is the basic agreement of the subject with the verb, with the verb, whether it is singular or plural.